So it is having two poles. Therefore, it is called half-wave dipole antenna. So let us come to the contents of this today's session. So introduction and working and parameters and applications, advantages, disadvantages of this half-wave dipole antenna. So just the introduction. So it is the antenna. It is having a length lambda by 2. Let us see. This antenna is having a length of lambda by 2 from this end to this end, or from the tip of this antenna to the opposite tip of this antenna. That means from here to here, there is a length equal to lambda by 2. So therefore, this is called half wave antenna, and it is having two poles. This is one pole, and on the other side, this is another pole. Therefore, this is called dipole antenna. Okay. So an antenna is an electrical device which converts electrical power into electromagnetic waves, or vice versa. The half-wave dipole antenna consists of two identical conductive elements, such as metal rods, which are bilaterally symmetrical. Okay, let us see, this structure is symmetrical with respect to the center position. So this is called feed position. So feed position sense, we are applying the power to the antenna at the center. Okay, therefore this is called center fed antenna. Since we are applying the power at the center of this antenna, therefore this is called center fed antenna. This is called the feed. What is called feed? The feeding is nothing but applying the input power to the antenna is nothing but feeding. Okay. And similarly, the half wave term means that the length of this dipole antenna is equal to half wave length at the frequency of operation. Okay. So working. Let us see. So that antenna can be briefly represented like this. This is the feeder cable. So this is called the feeder cable. Okay. So this is one pole and this is another pole. Okay. Therefore, this is called dipole. And from this end to this end, the length is equal to lambda by 2. Therefore, it is written as half wave length. Since the total length is lambda by 2, on this side, the length will be equal to lambda by 4. On the other side of this feeder cable, the length is equal to lambda by 4. So therefore, lambda by 4 plus lambda by 4 will become lambda by 2. Okay. So we are applying the power at the center. So therefore, this is called center fed antenna. So that means with the help of a cable, we are applying the power at the center of the antenna. Okay. So why we apply the power at the center of the antenna, we will see in the coming slides. So it is basically fed at the center where the impedance falls to the lowest. Since the impedance is lowest at the center, so we are feeding this antenna at the center. Since the impedance value at the center is lowest, so why it is lowest we will see in the coming slides. The voltage and current levels vary along the length of the radiating section of the antenna. So therefore, let us see in this slide. Here, this is the distribution of the current. This is the distribution of the current. And similarly, this is the distribution of the voltage. So therefore, this red color region will represent the distribution of the voltage, and this green color region will represent the distribution of the current. So let us see at the center what is happening. At the center, the current is maximum and voltage is minimum. Voltage is almost minimum. So therefore, what is impedance? So impedance is generally ratio of voltage to current. Okay. So if you take the ratio of voltage to current here, so here voltage is minimum and current is maximum. So therefore minimum value divided by maximum value, minimum value divided by maximum value. So that is giving minimum value. So therefore the ratio of voltage to current is an impedance, and that impedance is coming out as minimum value by maximum value. So therefore at the center we find minimum impedance. So therefore since there is minimum impedance at the center, so we are feeding the antenna at the center. We are feeding the antenna with the help of a cable at the center, therefore it is called center fed antenna. So generally it is having a radiation resistance of 73 ohms. So that also will be coming in a derivation in the second unit. Okay, the radiation resistance of this half wave dipole antenna is 73 ohms. Okay, so that is an important derivation that will be seen in the next unit, that is second unit. Okay, so the voltage and current levels vary along the length of the radiating section of the antenna. So for dipole antenna, that is an electrical half wavelength line. That means it is electrically the length is equal to lambda by 2. The inductive and capacitive reactances cancel each other and the antenna is becoming a resonant antenna. So due to the cancellation of these inductive and capacitive reactances, so this can be seen as a resonant antenna. So therefore half wave dipole antenna, these are the distributions of the current and voltage. Since the impedance is minimum at the center, so therefore we are applying the input power to the antenna with the help of a cable at the center. So that is only the reason that why this is called center fed antenna. The people will be asking why this is called center fed antenna. Why we have to apply the power at the center only? Like that, the people will be asking the questions. Then you have to tell them that this is the current distribution and this is the voltage distribution, and the voltage is minimum and current is maximum at this position. So therefore, ratio of voltage to current is minimum. So therefore, it is presenting minimum impedance at the center. Therefore, we are applying the power at the center. Therefore, it is called center fed antenna. Like that, you have to answer. Let us see. A half wave dipole antenna is receiving power from radio wave. The electric field of the, here let us say here the electric field is represented by green arrows, pushes the electrons in the antenna back and forth. The charging the ends of the antenna alternately positive and negative. Since the antenna is half wavelength line at the radio waves frequency, it is it excites standing waves of the standing wave along the length of the antenna. These oscillating currents flow down the transmission line into the radio receiver. The actions showed in this animation. Okay, that means here you notice that the current, let us say the current, if you see the current distribution, the arrows are in this direction, but in this half cycle the arrows are in the opposite direction. That means here the charges are moved back and forth. This force will move the charges in this direction, but this force will move the charges in the opposite direction. So in this way, along the length of the antenna, the charges are moving back and forth. Okay, due to the electric field, they are moving back and forth. So since there is back and forth motion of the charges, automatically this is acting as a radiator. Okay. So in any conductor, if there is back and forth motion of charges, then automatically it will be acting as a radiator. That means it is producing electromagnetic waves. Okay. So working, let us see the working of this half wave dipole antenna. Here we are applying the input power to the antenna at the center. That means it is a center fed antenna. We are connecting a generator here. So this generator will supply the input power to this antenna. Okay. The distribution of the voltage or current is sinusoidal in nature. So the radiation pattern. In this slide you will see the parameters, different parameters. That means what is the directivity and what is the bandwidth. Okay. So what is the radiation resistance? Like that we will see here. And what is the type of radiation pattern that will be seen in this slide. So this is the radiation pattern of this particular antenna. Okay, assume this half wave dipole antenna is at the center. Around the antenna, there is this type of distribution of the electric field around this antenna. Okay, so therefore the distribution of the electric field and magnetic field around this antenna is seen as this type of pattern. So it is an omnidirectional pattern. Okay. So in horizontal plane, it is radiating uniformly, and in the vertical plane, the radiation is not uniform. Okay. So this type of pattern is called omnidirectional radiation pattern. So that is seen in the previous classes. Okay. Horizontally, it is radiating uniformly, and vertically, it is not radiating uniformly. Okay. So here it is somewhat less when compared to the uh, radiation at this position. So therefore, gradually it is decreasing vertically. Vertically it is decreasing. It is becoming maximum here. It is becoming minimum. So in this way, the variation of the field is non-uniform. Therefore, in the vertical direction there is non-uniform field, and in the horizontal direction there is uniform field. So that type of radiation pattern is called omnidirectional radiation pattern. Okay, that means if you cut this pattern horizontally, that means if you cut this pattern horizontally, that means in this way, so you will get a circular pattern. So if you cut this pattern vertically, automatically you will get a figure of 8 pattern. So that also will be seen in the coming slides. The directivity of this half wave dipole is equal to 1.64. So when 1.64 is converted into decibels, the directivity can be seen as 2.1 dB. Okay. Actually, it is D equal to 1.64. It is a dimensional less quantity. So when it is converted into decibels, it is equal to 2.1 dB. So the standard ratio bandwidth is equal to 5% of the design frequency. So the polarization is both vertical and horizontal. Okay. And radiation resistance is equal to 73 ohms. Okay. Applications of this half wave dipole and what are the applications? The applications are set-top TV antenna, and it is used in FM broadcast receiving antennas, and shortwave antenna. It is also used as a shortwave antenna, and it is used in dipole towers and dipole arrays. Okay. So what are the advantages of this antenna? So it is receiving balanced signals. It receives balanced signals. So most of the radiating signal is transmitted closer to the horizon. So therefore, loss is less. And also it does not require an antenna tuner to work efficiently. Okay. And the coming to the disadvantage of this antenna. So generally it is requiring a balun, BALUN. So what is called balun? balanced to unbalanced. Balanced to unbalanced is called Balun. So balanced to unbalanced conversion is needed here. So coming to the picture of this one. So in order to feed this antenna, so we require a balun. It means normally a coaxial cable, if you see, it is unbalanced transmission line. Okay, so we cannot connect directly the coaxial cable to this half wave dipole antenna. It is because it is unbalanced transmission line, but it requires a balanced transmission line. It is because it is fed at the center. So since it is a center fed antenna, a balanced transmission line must be connected here. So our coaxial cable will not be connected. It is because unbalanced transmission line. So therefore, in order to connect our coaxial cable here, so we require a balun. Okay, so we will connect a balun, and with that we can connect our coaxial cable to this antenna. Okay, that means balanced to unbalanced conversion must be needed. So I will show the picture of the balun also. Okay, what is balun? Balanced to unbalanced converter. Okay, so that will show you the picture in the coming slides of that balun also. So let us see the disadvantage. So that is one main point. That is disadvantage. The main disadvantage is that it requires a balun in order to connect a coaxial cable to this half wave dipole antenna. So the other disadvantages are the outdoors antennas are large and wide. So this type of antenna is not used for space communications, and the installation of outdoor antennas are difficult. Okay. So now I will show you the balun. Okay, in the coming slides. So before that, I will introduce the half wave dipole. The half of the half wave dipole. The half of the half wave dipole is nothing but lambda by 4 in its length. That means lambda by 2 divided by 2. So that will become lambda by 4. So let us come to this half wave dipole antenna. So here, if you see from here to here, there is the length is equal to lambda by 2. Okay. So if you take only half of the length, so that is equal to lambda by 4. So this is lambda by 4 and this is lambda by 4. So if you keep the lower portion of this antenna inside the ground, assume that this lower portion of this antenna is kept in the inside the ground. So if the lower portion of this antenna is kept inside the ground, so you can see only the upper portion. The upper portion is only of the length lambda by 4. That means the lower portion of lambda by 4 length is buried in the ground, and only the upper portion of lambda by 4 is only seen over the ground. Okay. So if you assume like that, automatically, so that type of antenna is called quarter wave monopole antenna. Okay. That means the bottom portion is inside the ground, only the upper portion is above the ground. So above the ground, we are looking only the length equal to lambda by 4. So therefore, this is called quarter wave monopole antenna. That will become quarter wave monopole antenna. So I will show that antenna also in the coming slides.